Hello friends, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Robin if you happen to be new. This is my very first Christmas clean and decorate me video, so I'm super excited to bring you guys along with me to see how I'm going to decorate our home for the Christmas season. Now today we're going to start off in my office. I have a skinny tree that I've used a couple years. I didn't use it last year. I got a new tree last year. During Christmas I always have a ton of presents under the tree and they kind of just flow out onto the floor. So I thought maybe this year I could put an old skinny Christmas tree that I have up here by the window, and then maybe the grandkids' presents can stay here in this room, so I won't have so many of the presents in the living room because I don't have much room to begin with anyway. So I'm going to try that out and see how it's going to work. Now I've got to move a little bit of furniture around in order to get the Christmas tree in here, so stay with me guys. We're going to move some furniture around, put the Christmas tree up, and do a little bit of Christmas decorating. So let me show you around the room. Okay, now that I've showed you guys some before shots of this room, I will take up this rug and then we'll start tidying up the room. Now my goal today is to move some furniture around so that I can get the Christmas tree in front of the window. That's really where I'd like to have it, in the center of the room, pretty much. So I've got to kind of figure out a layout of this room. This room is pretty much like a playroom for the grandkids / my office. Most of the time this room is in pretty bad shape. It's pretty full of toys and just stuff that I use from my decorating videos. So when I'm filming on the weekends, I make a mess in here because I'm taking decor out of the main part of the house, putting it in here, and then adding new stuff. So this is pretty much my storage room from my extra home decor. And then, like I said, behind that partition that you saw is where the grandkids have a toy box and all their toys. So mainly our 3-year-old. I say grandkids. My grandkids are like 14, 10, 8, and 3. So it's mainly for my 3-year-old grandson that comes over and just gets all the toys out of the toy box. So that gray bench that you see there against the wall, I bought that for that to be a TV stand, to have a TV in here for the grandkids. However, we haven't bought a TV yet, so eventually that's what that will be for. But for the time being, I'm just using it as storage for some extra home decor. Now I have several antique pieces in here that I just love. This dresser was my husband's grandmother's. It was in her home, so I'm so honored to have that dresser. It's pretty much full of just storage, miscellaneous items like pictures and clothes for the 3-year-old, so it's pretty full right now. And then that chair that I just moved, that was also Derek's grandmother's chair, and the little end table there. So all 3 of those pieces came from Derek's grandmother's home, and I just cherish them. Thought about painting the dresser and the end table several times. I just haven't done it. I think I'm probably just going to leave it wood. I would like to maybe get it down to a natural wood, but I'm not a good redoer of furniture, whatever that's called, so I don't want to mess it up, so I'm just kind of left those pieces alone. I do love having them though here in this room. Okay, so what you're going to just really be seeing me doing is each area that I'm moving away from the wall, I'm going to try to clean the baseboards and give it a good vacuum. So this is one thing about moving furniture around. It does force you to do some deep cleaning that you normally would not do. So each area that you see, like I said, I'm going to pull it away from the wall and do some vacuuming and do some wiping down of the baseboards. Okay, and I also wanted to mention, I'm sure you guys have already noticed that I am speeding up a lot of my clips. I know my videos are usually at a slow pace. I try to keep the music calming. However, there was about an hour of footage for this video, so I've sped up a pretty good bit of clips just so you guys wouldn't lose interest in the boring parts like vacuuming and fluffing the tree. I did try to still keep my music calming for you. And after you've watched this video, let me know in the comment section if you liked the playlist today where I just used instrumental songs and did not use songs that had words in it. I have a lot of Christmas content coming up and I kind of want to satisfy all of you guys. So let me know your favorite. Just a video with just instrumental, or maybe a video with mixed, some songs with words, some songs without, or you want the whole thing with words. Okay, I've got this moved here, which looks pretty good. I'm just going to leave my extra decor sitting there. So my thoughts were, I went ahead and cleaned that area and vacuumed, thinking I was going to pull the dresser there, and then possibly have my chair and this table beside the tree that's going to go right there in front of the window, but I'm not real sure about that. Let me scan over and show you. I think I'm going to go measure the dresser, and I wonder about the dresser fitting right there. You think it would fit there? I'm going to measure and see, because the only choice I have is here or the spot that I just showed you regarding the dresser. So I may try to put the dresser here. So let's measure this and see if it might fit. Okay, so the dresser was 39 inches wide, and so was the area that I want to move it to, exactly 39 inches. So I'm just going to get my exercise and move it over, see if it fits, and if it doesn't, I'll move it back. And since that dresser is so full, I was going to try to take out all of the drawers. However, only the bottom one would come out, and I did not want to really force the top two out. So I just had Derek come and help me move the dresser across the room. Okay, so here's the view from the door. I don't know, it does kind of leave not much room right here, so I don't know if I'm gonna like it here or not, guys. So my thoughts were, put the dresser there and then put my chair and then end table beside it. Oh, so let me just move it over there and see if I like it. We may have to move it back. Alright, as you watched me get this little corner ready to make it a little cozy little sitting area, let me introduce myself to anybody that may be new today. If this is the first time that you've clicked on my channel, hello, I'm Robin. I'm so glad that you're here. I am a born and raised Texas girl, married to my husband for 30 years, and that's Derek. We have 3 grown children and 5 grandchildren. So crazy. Our newest grandchild is Lainey. She is just a couple of weeks old, and she is truly a blessing from God. My channel is about 3 years old, and started this just as maybe a cleaning channel. Then it kind of turned into a cleaning and decorating channel along the way. Derek and I are empty nesters, so our content is a little bit different than someone that's still raising their family, since it's just Derek and I. I do love, though, sharing tips and tricks with you guys and showing you how I keep my home clean and tidy, but especially how I decorate my house throughout the year. I really enjoy home decor, rearranging furniture, getting my house changed every now and then. I really enjoy that. If I ever hit the lottery and could do anything I wanted to do, I would definitely be a home interior person, even though I've never studied it. I know anything about it. I don't claim to know anything about it, but I thoroughly enjoy it. So if you like that kind of content, I would love it if you would hit that red subscribe button before you left today and come back next week. I work a full-time job, so I only post once a week, and that's on Sundays. So I'd love to have you back. Go ahead and leave me a comment in the comment section, maybe your name and where you're from. Well, will you looky there? I think it turned out really cute. This may be my favorite new area in here, but I had that extra floor lamp in the extra bedroom, so I thought let's just make a complete sitting area here. How sweet is this little area, guys? I absolutely love it. Now let me show you. I'm just really not sure about the dresser. Here's the angle from this side as you walk in the door, and there's, there's enough room to walk through. Wondering, should I maybe scoop my desk down and swap that table and put the table on that side? What do you think about that? I don't know. I might just try to move that desk down and just see if I like it. Let's do that real fast. I promise this is the last piece of furniture I'm gonna move. So I think that gives a little bit more space right there as you walk in the room. So we'll leave it like this. I'll let Derek come in and look around and see what he thinks. But for now, I'm going to leave it like this. I meant to give y'all like a little sneak peek into my closet before I moved to this bench here, but forgot. So real quickly, I moved it back. Let me show you a little sneak peek of where I keep my extra decor at. I did a video, gosh, I think maybe a year ago, where I redid this closet and put 2 shelves in here, and it's somewhat organized, but this is where I keep all of my extra decor at. I just kind of turned this closet into a home decor store. While I was working in this office, I just wanted to show you a sneak peek into my closet. Okay, so I just end up bringing my mother-in-law's lamp in here and just leaving that there and keeping that table pretty simple. Okay, now I'm going to take a second and get the dresser decorated again. I keep all my everyday florals in that big white vase. And then I keep like my spring and summer florals out with my decor in the shed. All of my Christmas florals go out with my Christmas decor in the shed, but I do keep my everyday florals here in the house. I've tried several different ways of storing them. I've tried a tub inside the house. I've tried putting them like in a basket, but I have found just using this large white vase really helps. First of all, I can see what I actually have, and it's just a really good way to store them because they stand up really straight and they don't get messed up. So just a little tip, if you have a channel and you're not real sure how to store your florals, this is how I do it. And friends, I'd also like to mention, if you've been a subscriber or if you happen to be new today, I have an Instagram account. It's the same as my YouTube channel. It's at Robin Lane Lowe. I'll leave this here on the screen for you. That platform is just a really good way for us to get to know each other. You can post there daily. I don't ever always get a chance to post daily, but it's just a really good chance to, like I say, see into my life and see into your life, because in YouTube, it's just once a week and you can only comment and you can actually see pictures and stuff on Instagram. So if you have an Instagram account, I know not everybody does. I totally understand that. I didn't have an Instagram account when I started YouTube. But if you do, I'd love for us to follow each other over on that platform. So go on over, send me a friend request, and let's be friends over on Instagram.
Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. And family, making angels in the sand, you and me. Doesn't matter, it is Christmas in my heart. And I can promise Santa's coming to visit. No, he wouldn't miss this in Christmas times. Oh, and the sunset is just getting better.
Okay friends, here's a before look before I put the tree up. Thought you might enjoy these vacuum lines. I know they don't last very long. So I ended up switching this little area just one more time. Those two baskets have my husband's childhood books in there and a couple that my children read also. So there's that sitting area. And then here's the desk area. I left that just blank right there so I can add some Christmas decor to that little table right there. So what you guys think? I think it turned out pretty good. Let's look at this one. To me, it's still a little crowded here, but for the meantime, it's going to work. If I'm going to have the Christmas tree in here, this is going to have to work. So, okay, let's start putting up the Christmas tree. Okay, finally, we've got all that deep cleaning and furniture arranging. I'm pretty happy with the layout of the room now. So let's work on putting up this Christmas tree. And y'all, right here is the moment that it hit me that I have remembered that there is no plug on this wall. I really don't hardly have any plugs in this room at all. There's one by my desk, and I think there might be one behind that dresser by the door, and then there's one over by the toy box, but there's not a outlet on this wall. So I was really freaking out about that, thinking, oh goodness, am I going to be able to put my tree here? But you'll see, I go get an extension cord and it works out fine. I'm working a little slow when it comes to pulling out that tree out of that box, because when I opened that box up off camera, there was a gigantic spider right on the front of the box. And oh my goodness, Derek took care of that for me, but I'm being kind of cautious because I certainly don't want any more coming out of that box. I tell you, if I had got that on film, you would have really been entertained in this video today. Okay, so I haven't used this tree in quite a while. Let's see, I think it's been 2 years since I've used this tree. It's been out in our shed in storage, and it is pretty squished. So with it being so squished, I really had to take some extra time to get it fluffed out. So I've got these clips extra speeded up for you guys, because I know that can be very boring. And you've got to watch in a few weeks where I put up my other tree in the den. So I didn't want to bore you too much today with this tree. And something else that dawned on me as I'm trying to fluff the tree up is, oh goodness, I better plug in this tree and make sure it actually works. So that's where I'm going. Okay, part 1 works, part 2 works, part 3 works. Yippee, because I should have done that before I even started fluffing that up. But it just dawned on me, thank goodness I thought about that before I got it all up, and the lights did not work on that tree. I'm sure there's some of you out there that have done that before, and either part of the tree worked or none of the tree worked. So I'm very happy that even though it's been in storage for a couple years, it's still working. And please know that this is just going to be a very, very simple tree today. I'm just going to use all of my old ornaments. There's nothing new on this tree. I've collected snowman ornaments for several years now, and I'll be using mainly those. Some sentimental ornaments, but this tree will not be fancy whatsoever. But when we go into the den and do the tree in the den, it will be extra fancy. So that'll be a fun one. So just know this tree is going to be extra simple today. Y'all, I've never had 2 trees in my house ever. Just didn't have enough room when the kids were all here. We were pretty packed into this house. So I am very excited to put up an extra tree in the house this year. And you guys, once I was putting this tree up, I was thinking, this is really a super good idea to have 2 trees, because I have not been able to use these sweet sentimental ornaments in a couple years, because my tree in the den, I've tried to do fancy in there. So I think just using these ornaments just made me extra happy today, and seeing all these old ornaments that my children made when they were little. You'll see here in a second, there's a couple of ornaments that was a picture of Derek's great grandmother and of my mother-in-law, Derek's mom. So anyway, brought back lots of great memories putting all of these ornaments on the tree.
That's what we do. Doesn't matter if the snow is falling or the wind blows and the rain is pouring. It will always be Christmas in my heart. But this year I wanna hang out with my friends and family, making angels in the sand you let me.
Okay, thank goodness I kept all the decorations that I did use the couple years that I used my skinny tree. And they're all cute little snowmen and some of my children's decorations that they made as a child. So let's go through these and start decorating the tree. So let me know in the comment section, do you have 1 tree in your house? Do you have 2 trees in your house? Do you have multiple trees? Or there was some times in my life where I just had like a little table tree. So do you have just a table tree? Anything works. But I'd love to know in the comment section how many trees that you have in your home. And also, one thing that we have never had, we've never had a real tree in our house. I know some people swear by them. Some people go cut them down themselves. They go and buy a real cedar tree, but we've never had one before. So I don't know if I would be able to keep one alive. I've heard that they're extra hard to keep alive. So I am happy to have a lighted, or is that what we call it, a pre-lit artificial tree, so I don't have to worry about putting the lights on there, because that is such a chore. Guys, I have not gone through my Christmas tubs yet that are out in the shed. I think I've got about 7 of them. I have a pretty good bit of Christmas decor. I had, a pretty good bit just having a home for 30 years that I'd already collected. And then once I started my YouTube channel, of course, that makes you buy even more new stuff. So I have my old stuff versus the last couple of years that I've done Christmas. So I have a pretty good collection of Christmas stuff now. As a matter of fact, I really didn't buy that much new stuff this year because I really wanted to try to just reuse the stuff I had last year. So as you can see here, these little storage boxes that I had all of my decor for, the skinny tree, I found those pretty easily out in the shed. And I was really thinking that these had my little ornament little holders on there, what you want to call those. But I did not have those in there, and I searched a couple of tubs and couldn't find the little holders. So I just kind of had to take the little strings and just hang them from the limbs of the tree. It was quite a hard job, but at the time I really needed to get this video filmed. I think I filmed this on a Sunday, and I had work the next day, so I was really pressed for time. So I did not take the time to go find those ornament hangers in the shed. This is the picture of Derek's grandmother. We called her Mimi Dawson. And then here in a second, you'll see a picture of my mother-in-law. I need to get one for my dad. We lost him a little over a year ago, but I don't have that one yet. But anyway, so you'll see me just kind of, like I do here, just kind of add that over to the limb. So I also had another bag of picks that goes into the Christmas tree, and another thing to top the Christmas tree with. But guys, like I said, I have not gone through my tubs yet, and I could not find them. So this tree is going to be very sparse. I'm not sure how to say that word. It's going to be very limited on decor because I could not find that other bag of decorations that go on this skinny tree. So here I'm just showing you my mini collections of snowmen, plus along with some older ornaments that I've had for quite some time. So that's what I'm doing here, is just kind of showing you tub by tub as I'm put them on the tree, all my different decorations that I have. And most of these decorations all came from Hobby Lobby. Those little ho 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 signs that hang down are so adorable. And those actually came, I believe, from Walmart a few years back. And I just cut it in two to make it 2 different ones instead of one long one. So we're just going to continue to hang these ornaments and try to get it just as full as I can with the ornaments that I did find. Now, I'll try to go back in a part 2 because I should be able to go through my tubs this coming weekend. And then once I find that other bag of ornaments and stuff for the top of the tree, I'll go back and maybe add some things to it. But for the time being, this is what we're going to get. Okay, I'm going to finish off the Christmas tree with these sweet little fabric snowman picks. I need to go back to Hobby Lobby and get some more of those. They are so cute. I'm going to top the tree with a little snowman hat. I'll add just a small little green blanket for our tree skirt, and we'll be done. Hey guys, I finally got her decorated. Nothing fancy whatsoever, but definitely extra special. Okay, I'm going to add here to this chair another one of those little green throws. I think I got these at Target a couple years back at the dollar spot, and I just love them. I'm trying to go with green this year for Christmas, more green than red. And then this gorgeous little light up house that I got online from Target. Isn't it gorgeous? I love the little crosses on it and the little wreath on the door. I think it's perfect here on the stand to kind of keep it simple here. So when I'm reading or drinking coffee here, I've got room for it. The sweet little Have Yourself a Merry Little Christmas pillow. I think I got this from Kirkland's a couple years ago, and I think it's just adorable. I just love it. So this little simple sitting area is going to be my favorite spot in this room now, probably better than my desk. But speaking of my desk, I'm just going to add some simple little fabric deer that I also got from the dollar spot at Target. I think they're absolutely precious. Their little legs are kind of wobbly, so you kind of have to play around with them. So I'm going to add one here to my desk, and I'll add a little pretty little Christmas tree in a white pot. I think I'll go back and put some twinkle lights on that tree. I didn't do it today, but I think I'll do that. But just some simple touches over here on the desk area, and we'll be done, guys. Alright, so a couple of before pictures to remind you what the office looked like before, and then I'll show you some after pictures. I think it turned out so good. I'm so happy with it, and I'm so glad that I finally got in here and got this room put back together. Now, I am starting my Christmas series with this Christmas video. I'll be working on the back of the house first because I do host Thanksgiving. I want Thanksgiving to come and go before I start working on the front of the house. So be sure to have that bell notification button hit so that YouTube will notify you the moment I upload any of my Christmas content.
Okay friends, we're finally done. Thank you so much for spending some of your precious time with me today. I know it was nothing fancy. However, I know the grandkids are going to be so excited when I see an extra tree in Honey's house, especially when we start putting presents under the tree. So thanks again for stopping by. If you happen to be new, please leave me a comment in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.